This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the afternoon of Wednesday, June 14th, 2023. I'm Alex Brown. North Dakota-based Anchor Ingredients broke ground yesterday on a $40 million facility at the Midwest Industrial Park in Richmond. The company, which processes and supplies ingredients for the pet food industry, said it will add about 30 jobs, and CEO Al Yablonsky says they have plans for future growth.
The site that we acquired in the industrial park is 35 acres. Our existing footprint is just going to take up a fraction of that acreage. And so, we have big plans to continue to invest in the supply chain infrastructure, necessary to support this industry as it continues to grow. So that'll mean new processes, new products, and additional storage on site, to be able to support the industry.
Construction on the new facility is expected to begin immediately and be complete by June 2024. The investment adds to a growing pet food manufacturing sector in Richmond. The Midwest Industrial Park is already home to Connecticut-based Blue Buffalo, which is in the midst of a $200 million expansion of its Richmond operations. North Carolina-based Nucor Corporation announced today it will invest $115 million to build a utility structures manufacturing facility in Crawfordsville and create up to 200 jobs by the end of 2027. The plant will produce a variety of utility structures, including engineered poles, light-duty poles, and substation structures. The new plant will be built adjacent to Nucor's sheet steel mill, which has been in operation since 1989 and is currently undergoing a $290 million expansion. An Indianapolis-based bus and transportation services dealer is undergoing a rebranding. Creative Bus Sales has changed its name to Model 1 Commercial Vehicles, saying the new brand identity reflects its evolution beyond bus sales to include distribution, service, parts, financing, and insurance. Model 1 employs more than 400 people across its nationwide footprint, including 144 in Indiana. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
For 25 years, we've had the honor of telling the story of Indiana business. More than 1,300 shows, 8,000 interviews. We've traveled from Valparaiso to Versailles, Fort Wayne to Fort Branch, and everywhere in between. And we are just getting started. Our team is passionate about Indiana business because your story is worth telling. Join us every week as we travel the state to bring you Indiana's story. Inside Indiana Business, 25 years and counting.
Indiana's private school voucher program grew by 20% in the 2022-23 school year, the largest increase in the number of students in nearly 10 years, according to a new report. IIB's Kate Sharon has more.
The Indiana Department of Education's annual Choice Scholarship Program analysis released this month showed state funds paid private school tuition for 53,262 Hoosier students. That's compared to 44,376 students who used vouchers during the previous academic year. With that growth came increased costs. The state spent $311.8 million on the program in the last school year, 29% more than the year prior. Voucher participation and spending are expected to jump even more this fall after state lawmakers expanded the program to be nearly universal and open to almost all Hoosier families. The broader eligibility provisions are projected to grow the voucher program to some 95,000 students by 2025, and more than double the state money spent on the choice scholarships, costing taxpayers $1.1 billion over the next 2 years. As the program continues to grow, the vouchers are additionally less likely to be linked to low-income assistance. Kate Sharon, Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Indiana Secretary of Commerce Brad Chambers today announced the launch of a portal called Connect IND, supplied with resources and programs to better support small businesses and startups in Indiana. The state said the move is part of a push to foster business development. The portal was first announced last November to help aspiring and growing businesses access tools available to them, including curated support organizations, mentors, accelerators, capital opportunities, space, licensing, and permitting. The state is also inviting support organizations and ecosystem stakeholders to join the platform and share their resources. Shrouded by lush green trees, country highway billboards, and horse buggies in a rural southern Indiana town is a tower sprouting out of the foothills, leading to what could be a regional solution to a major cement shortage. Texas-based Heidelberg Materials North America celebrated the opening of a more than $600 million cement plant yesterday in Mitchell, which will produce 2.4 million tons of cement annually, tripling its previous output and making it the second largest facility in North America. Chris Ward is CEO of the company's North American operations.
So this plant will add a lot of capacity to continue to support the construction projects that in other parts have been a bit constrained. So we've got new capacity coming on right here in the central part of the U.S., and we believe this will really help the construction companies relieve some of their constraints.
Heidelberg Materials North America rebranded from the former Lehigh Hansen name earlier this year. Media personality Carlos Diaz is this week's guest on the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick, presented by PNC, a weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports, and entertainment, and beyond. Available now from your favorite podcast provider. I'm Alex Brown for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.